Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Brush Hour podcast. We're super excited about today's episode. We are going to be talking with Kareem, the owner of K&A Painting Plus, who in the past couple of years has 8 times the size of his business. And we're really excited to learn what worked, what didn't work, and kind of the secrets to his success. This podcast is really just going to be diving into all the painting industry traits. We're going to talk to painting companies. We're going to talk to painting influencers and everything in between. So without further ado, this is our guest, Kareem, who super motivated entrepreneur and really an impressive person overall. So Kareem, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of how you got into this industry?
Yeah, I appreciate the introduction, Michael. So a little bit about myself is during my stint playing college football down at Clarion University, we got into painting houses for just extra side money to pay for what wasn't covered with my scholarship, books, tuition, or excuse me, books and dorm. But it kind of turned into a little bit of a hobby. Like for some reason, I found myself enjoying it. And then, later on, I figured out that it could actually be a business. So that's kind of how I got started, just trying to get a little bit of extra money in college and found out that I did actually like painting.
Man, that's awesome. It's just kind of interesting way to get started. I usually hear a lot of people later in their career getting started through different avenues or different ways. So it's really interesting. And where is your business at today? Like, what are you guys on pace for this year?
Yeah, so currently we are on pace to cross over $2 million in revenue this year. Now, with that being said, there's a lot that needs to go into that, in order for us to reach that. But, with our faith in God and, how we have our systems in place, we're extremely excited to strive for that.
That's awesome, man. That's a huge goal, and just kind of knowing you throughout this process to see you get to this point is really, really cool and just such an amazing accomplishment. So can you dive into a little bit of like what your ideal customer looks like or what your target market is currently today?
Yeah. No, I really respect that question because we do not want every single paint job. We want the jobs that, clients truly care about details. We want those clients that are picky. We want those clients that, truly want a professional paint job. And it's been truly an honor to, I think we've done over 450 jobs in the past 2.5 years. And it's been a true honor to not only, meet these people, but, give them their dreams to life. I mean, people get their house painted, not for because they're bored. They get it done because it's a part of their life. It's a part of, their home. And, we're just truly grateful to be welcomed into their home and a part of their journey.
Something that I used to do a lot when I would go on like quotes back in the day when I was actually working for a painting company was we talk about how it's actually an investment in their home. Like this is going to increase the value of your property. It's going to make your equity more valuable, things like that. So I think you're spot on talking about how this is not just some kind of run of the mill, like, oh, I'm gonna spend money on this because I want to see something. It's like, no, this is actually an investment in your home or really in the property that you own. So I think that's really cool that you touched on that. What would you say that you do currently to help position yourself in the eyes of your customers, that you're unique or something unique that you guys offer, like a unique service?
So you're asking what kind of services do we offer that sets us apart from other companies? Or are you asking how we get those clients?
Services are unique that set you apart, or just something about you or your company that is unique that sets you apart.
Well, first off, I'll touch on the number one thing that we are doing now is through North Star, we're able to actually show how great our guys are. I mean, it's not like we just got good. We've been good for a while. And just with the exposure that the North Star system has, it really is helping clients see that now. Word of mouth is great. It's still 40% of our jobs, right? Now that other 60 is new clients that we're getting now that we're able to show off, Tomas, Cole, Randy, Brian, we're able to show off how talented our painters actually are. So I think that's super important. Knowing what painters coming to your home and actually seeing their products, I think that really set us apart. And then to answer the second part of your question, some services we offer, I mean, we do higher end, in higher end paint jobs. We'll do like Venetian plaster. We'll do some other things like metallic paint from PPG. It's a faux finish. It needs to be sponged on. But other than that, we're pretty standard. We stick to the basis. We do exterior, interior painting, and we just do it as best as we can.
That's awesome, man. And it's really cool that you guys are starting to offer some of those really higher end services. Like we just were able to get a posted on your account the 1,500 square foot mansion, or
15,000. Yeah.
15,000. Yeah,
Yep.
excuse me, 15,000 square foot mansion, and it looks so good, so professional. When you walk in there, it almost felt like you're in this like hotel type of atmosphere, like very
Yeah.
high end hotel, and it just was perfect, flawless, and it was just really cool to see the level of detail that you guys put in your work, and then the what can come out of it. So that was really, really cool. And I think to your point too of being able to not just post like before and after pictures and things like that, but actually showcase how good you guys are at what you do.
Yeah.
It's the example I use all the time about the pizza. Like you can have the best pizza in town, but if no one knows that it's the best pizza, you're not going to make any money. You got to be able to market yourself or at least show that you are really good. And you guys have been able to do that. And it's been really cool to see just the rocket fuel that's been kind of poured on your company in that sense. So I guess that kind of takes us into the next question I would have for you is what kind of marketing are you doing right now? Like what's your marketing mix look like? And what marketing efforts are driving the most leads for you?
Yeah, I mean it's nothing special. People ask me this all the time. It's really just a common three or four that you probably are doing. It's maybe you're not doing it right. So if you are a painting company listening, I mean it's not rocket. There's if you looked at my marketing list, there's nothing that I'm doing that you probably aren't doing. It's just maybe you're not doing it correctly. And I only say that because I wasn't doing it correctly for years. I mean we're doing. I'll start what we're lighter on. We're doing Google. We're doing Google SEO, and we were on the Home Advisor. We are not on that no longer. And then we're doing a big mix of obviously Meta, that's Facebook and Instagram traffic, and of course that is about 50% of what our leads are coming from in our closed businesses. So like I said, Google, Facebook, Instagram, and we're off the Home Advisor services and those other companies that are pay per lead.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And honestly, that's been something really cool seeing the difference in kind of company before taking on some of these higher level advertising strategies and actually implementing strategies because you'll see a lot of companies where like, all right, we got to do meta ads. Everyone says do meta ads, we're going to do it, and they just boost a post. And they're
Yeah.
paying 30% to Apple
Uh,
now, and there's not
yeah,
strategy behind it.
we've always been doing meta ads, and it doesn't mean we were doing it right. And it's kind of cool because the way we were using Meta was almost how we are using like the Home Advisor now. Like I know I said we're off of it, but we'll turn it on if like we have a quote or two canceled. We'll turn on that Home Advisor to fill that spot. But it's kind of cool how those roles have reversed, and what we had to put in per lead is almost half. I think we're at what $37 a lead. I
Yeah.
think
Mhm.
on average those are like 128, $138 a lead. And not to mention the content. So these are high content leads on Facebook. These are homeowners in your area that have to fill out a multi-step thing that really, makes them qualified to come out and do the estimate.
Mhm.
Home advisors them don't do that. So I mean, there's places for everything. I'm not trying to, hate on home advisor because that does help us here in certain situations.
Yeah, 100%. It's just more to you're not sharing leads that way and then making sure
Yeah.
we're getting leads that actually matter. Like we don't want just any random Joe to be able to give you their information. We want to make sure we're vetting the process and okay, you might get less leads because of that, but you get way more high intent leads that are going to turn into actual book jobs. You're not wasting your time. But we're able to do that at a super low cost per lead for you, which is kind of a best of both worlds scenario.
You know what the funniest thing is though? We like obviously we're doing the Google SEO and everything, but it's so funny how before we were putting money into Google SEO, how much we were boosted based off of our meta ads. So I'll explain that a different way. We were probably like ninth or 10th on Google at the end of last year. And once we really started kicking up our meta ads, we found ourselves ranked in the top three, top two. And now, depending on where you're at, we're in the two, three, one. So it's really cool that not even putting money towards Google, we still found a way to rank higher on Google off of our meta ads.
That's the thing too. Like this whole the way you market your company in the world with technology now, it's just an ever evolving cycle. So
It's all connected too.
yeah. So whether it's AI or whether it's your Google SEO presence or whether it's your social media, they're all going to start becoming connected. So now you have all these like backlinks and keywords on your website that was super important, still is, but now that's also important on your Instagram and Facebook. Like those are now going to populate on Google. So So I think that's kind of a testament to what's happening there, and it's really cool to see that happen because I think when people start doing it, they don't even realize that that's going to happen, but it's just
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
it's a downstream effect of good marketing. So,
Mm.
so that's been really, really cool. So you kind of touched on what the most profitable marketing channel is for you. I would assume that's Meta at this point. Um,
Yeah, it's about 50 to 55%. And, I'm grateful that we actually track our metrics, which, again, if you're listening, it's super important that you actually track your metrics. I mean, you can truly see what's working, what's not working, put more money on stuff that are working. So, track your metrics. And yeah, it's 100% a fact that, we're about 50 to 55% off of Meta, which is Instagram and Facebook.
that's awesome, man. So you kind of touched on what you try to stop, which is like the home advisor stuff, due to kind of lack of performance or maybe sharing leads, not lack of performance. But
Yeah.
do you have any special initiatives right now that you're attracting online reviews with?
Yes, so your North Star, your 5 point North Star marketing. It's actually, I think we're averaging like 2 or 3 reviews a week, which is tremendous. I think
Mhm.
it's just a forgotten thing. I mean, it's you focus all your effort on booking the job. You focus on doing the job, producing it, making sure it looks great, doing the walkthrough, making sure they're happy. But it's so funny. The easiest thing is sending the link, and it's so hard to remember to do that. You can get all the praise in the world, but then you forget to send the link, and then life happens. Homeowners, they can't fill it out when you're asking 2 weeks later. It's hard on everybody, but your systems really helped us take off on that on the review side because you handle all that, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's helped us, and that helps us rank higher. I'm sure. I
Mhm.
know that's
Yeah.
on you. I don't.
No, the 5 star accelerator has been a really cool feature that we've been offering for clients just to obviously our SEO and that whole process and our web design and the way we do all that's going to help you rank super high and you're going to be first overall. But like the 5 star accelerator is just that extra push that gets you there because when someone's online looking and they're a tire kicker and they're not sure which one to go with and oh I want to but then they see okay this guy has 15 5 star reviews, oh that's really good. And we see this other guy with like 100, there's a big difference there. So being able to just kind of backtrack and go through your old catalog of clients and be able to get all those 5 star reviews for you has been really cool. So what ways are you using social media right now in your business? I know you touched on it a little bit, but if you could expand on that a little more, that'd be awesome.
I mean, we're completely re-envisioned what social media can do for us. I mean, like I said, we were taking before and after pictures and just posting them, but now we're creating a profile. Like, you see our guys on multiple pages, you see them talking, you see them cutting in lines. We're creating an identity with K&A Painting. And I think it's really transcendent when people are saying Caleb, Caleb's name before he goes to an estimate, people are saying my name, they're saying Cole, they're name dropping our guys like they've met them before just because of the online presence. I think it's pretty special that we're creating a community and a trusted network of people that are coming to your home to produce a job. But it's more than that because we have an online presence, and if I wasn't a man of my word, you could literally go on our page and destroy me. So that's why we completely make sure we take care of everybody, and we have nothing to hide. That's why we're all out there. We will make sure everything in our power that you get the best paint job done.
100%. That's why I think video, take out all the amazing benefits of video over picture ads, just strictly just video for organic. The way in which someone is able to now watch the process happen, see the job come to life, and then also the way we're editing it too is a lot of times it's like seeing some of the durings and seeing them, oh, look how he cut that line in. It's not just a picture of him cutting the line in, or
Mm,
which was more than most people, or just a picture of the before and the picture and after. Like actually being able to like spend 60 seconds and be fully kind of in the video and see the process. Now there's almost an emotional attachment to how they want to use that service for their home. And the thing about home service businesses and painting specifically is this is the someone's biggest investment in their life. And you're going into that place and that's also their home. So the
yeah.
trust that needs to be built, which is something like that for our strategy that is super important, is building trust and becoming the most well known in your area. Well, building trust is the huge component of that because you're going into their home, you're going into their biggest investment. So then being able to watch a video and see, oh, look at Kareem doing this really well. Look at Cole doing this well. Randy, like all these people and looking like they're trustworthy people that are going to take care of your home. Now that just pushes the needle even further and pushes even further of the likelihood of them choosing you, which is super important. Um,
Absolutely.
so it just shows the quality, which justifies your price as well, which is important too.
Yeah.
So, what would you say, kind of after years in this industry, building it truly from the ground up, from playing college football and just needing extra money to then seeing this is going to be something you can do and you become a little bit passionate about, to growing it to now a seven-figure company? What would you say is maybe the number one lesson you've learned as a painting company up to this point?
Just truly understanding the definition of home service. We know that word's tossed around, but you just touched on it. I mean, you're going into people's biggest investment. It's their home. I mean, I get excited when I do something to my home. So you can only imagine that we're coming out and painting people's houses. And I truly, truly believe it is one of the biggest factors in changing someone's house. When you go from dull, dingy, yellow, dirty walls, getting them cleaned into bright, an oasis, it really transforms the interior of your house, let alone the outside. The outside, we all know the curb appeal, anywhere from 40 to 50%. It really transforms the ROI in your investment. So, to answer your question, I'll get back to it. Truly understanding that these people are saving up all their money for a professional service and them trusting us to go do that. We are welcomed into their dream houses or their homes. And, it's been a blessing to really understand that. And, it's funny in this industry, a lot of the painters, they'll say, oh, that customer's picky. Oh, like stay away from her. She's this. Why would you get into this industry and not want a picky client? I mean, we're painting people's houses.
Mhm.
Like, I want those clients that are going to be picky. Do you want them just to ignore that little miscut in the corner? You want them to live with that? Like, we're getting frustrated, off of people asking for exactly what they're paying for. So, truly taking care of the client, making sure there's no touch ups, and we back that up. Our warranty, we have a 3-year maintenance warranty. If there's a miss, we missed the touch up you can call us back for 3 years. We'll provide the paint. We'll come and we'll fix it. Like, that's how invested we are in making sure you love your home, because it's a huge investment. I mean, anywhere from 5, 10, 40, $50,000, whatever you're getting done, it is a huge investment. And, it's an honor to be a part of that. And, as we've gotten, older and older as a company, we've truly realized that's the only thing that matters. It's not about profit. It's not about making money, making a big one. It's literally just about consistently growing your brand, because that travels. When you take care of somebody, that travels. And we're already getting repeat clients, and we've only been in here for 5, 6 years. We've been called back multiple times on clients that we already did, and it's a different room, or it's the basement now. It's truly a blessing that not only once we've invited back, multiple times we have been invited back.
Dude, I think you hit the nail on the head. Just at the beginning, you saying understanding what home service actually means, and then like that, I think you encompass it all too. And it's you're serving people. It's like you're in a serving servant leadership relationship almost in a way. Like
100%.
you're helping them pick out a color. You're helping them to decide like, hey, how do we want the trim to affect how the wall color is? How do we want that to match? All the way into then getting them to what their vision for their home is, which is just a gift that you're able to give. And it's so cool that you see it as an opportunity to do something good and nice for people, not just
Yeah.
a way to get money, which I think
Yeah.
the there's diminishing returns when you're just looking at ways to make money instead of how do I actually provide a service that is impactful and helps people.
100%.
That's super important, and I think that's something that we embody a lot too. In North Star Marketing is like one verse we talk about a lot is Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 10. Whatever your hands find to do, do it with all your might. And it's like if we were just in this to hey, let's get these companies make some money. Well, over time, the diminishing returns I'm talking about, eventually you're just going to lose clients and the churn rate, and you're not going to have people with you. But when you're like, no, I want to get the best possible results for these people and do everything I can to get them growth in their company. Like something we always say is we're not a marketing company, we're a growth partnership. Like we're going to help you grow. And I think something that has been really cool is seeing your growth. So can you touch on a little bit of kind of before you started doing the North Star system to now where you're at now after and what that process has looked like?
Yeah, you touched on it in the beginning. I mean, we're about a third of the company we were without, setting up our online presence. And I'd say 80% of that has to do with the North Star system. I mean, I was one of those guys where word of mouth was always enough for me. Like I was fine with it, And then I realized that, put your pride aside, listen to people who are experts in the field about marketing. And if I really did want to change people's lives, not only our clients' lives, our employees, they have families. This needs to be a career for them. So it was being a little selfish by just getting by, and I knew we had the capabilities of, scaling and taking on more jobs. So, after running the North Star system, it truly, reimagined what this painting company could be. And, we've hit all-time highs, and we keep beating those every single month. And, we just thank God every single day. And it's a great thing that, you're making money and creating happy clients. And, at that point, when you have your systems dialed in, you don't have to be the most expensive. And that's the greatest thing is we provide a premium service at a fair market price. And, that's just something that we've always took pride in.
Man, that's awesome. I appreciate you sharing that too. But I think you hit the nail on the head again in terms of the systems in place, right? Like having those in place is going to help so much, and it's going to really align you where now you can spend less time, money, and energy trying to reinvent the system or redo the whole thing again. Where it's like, oh no, hey, once we get you on board, we're going to do your color consultation. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do
Mm-hmm.
this, and you take them through that journey of getting their house painted and
Yep.
getting them this amazing end result, which is really cool. So something else, another question I have for you is, what was maybe the biggest constraint that you had that once you got over it helped your company grow the most?
The biggest constraint. I mean, honestly, I'm going to go back to, just truly understanding what it is to create a happy client. You know, Not to say we didn't have happy clients, 4 or 5 years ago, but the experience. So let me take you through a typical, when you quote with K&A, let me take you through a typical thing. Our office manager calls you, reaches out. Whether you filled out a online referral, whether you called, whether you filled out meta lead, a meta request on Facebook or Instagram, you'll go straight to our office manager, right? She does a fantastic job of booking the estimate, setting you up, expectations, getting all your information, and then she'll type that all in for our estimator. Okay. Our estimator shows up, right? Always 5 to 10 minutes early. So let me go back. You're going to get a confirmation text. You're going to get a text an hour before, the day of, an hour before, and then 15 minutes before he arrives. Okay. Then we show up, of course, taking our shoes off before we enter. We're going to go in and listen to you exactly what you want. Okay. We're not gonna be quiet. If there's something that we want to add, we'll speak up. If there's something you said that we may have a better idea, or we may have, a different way to do it, we'll let you know. And, we'll go from there. After that, after we get your estimate, you'll get your estimate, right? We never pressure. So it's a no pressure estimate. We then leave, and it's an online link on your own time. You'll fill it out. As soon as you fill it out, it'll give you a date that you can book on when you want to get the job done based off our schedule. And after you book, we then follow up with a call, and then we'll book a color consultation, and then we'll pick up the down payment, and then we'll be set for, whatever your date starts. We'll go a step further. After we start, we test the color to make sure you love it. Today, so we have a job. Today, we tested the color. The customer confirmed. We did a walkthrough with her. We tested the color. She woke up this morning. She had a change of heart. Okay. So we were able to use that color at a different job, and we got her the color she wanted. So we tested two more colors for her, completely changed her walls for her. And, I know that's going to be a happy client. She's already got the neighbor over looking at the job. So, like I said, little things like that. That was my biggest constraint, was not doing enough, I guess.
No, that's really good. And then we always talk about you can't rely on referrals, but when you do have your referrals dialed in because you do things like that, again, it just supercharges your business because now
Yeah.
you have the meta ads, the SEO, a great website, referrals, and then any other type of like marketing, whether it's yard signs or whatever it is, and you have this cycle where if one thing starts going down a little, we have four others that are holding it up. It's almost like a diversified portfolio in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. You should never. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's really cool. All right, two last questions for you. I don't want it to be redundant. You kind of already answered this a little bit, but if someone was starting a painting company today, what is maybe the number one piece of advice you'd give them, or someone that's in the beginning stages, what would you give them to take it to the next level?
Only get into this if you're ready to give your complete all to your clients. They are 100% always right. So know that going in. Just know that you have to take care of the person in front of you. You have to take care of the person in front of you. And if you're not willing to do that, don't even try. And what was the second part of that question?
Just take it to the next level. So if they're starting a company or they're in the beginning stage and want to take it to the next level.
Yeah, and honestly, I think we're in an area that's surrounded by like there's a group of good painting companies. I'd say there's like 5 or 6 really good painting companies, and the reason that they're good is because they do exactly that. I mean, there's P&D Painting, there's Alex Paints, there's Fresh Coats. There's a lot of really good companies. Diamandis Painting that their main focus is customer quality, and that's why they've been successful. So again, I know it sounds redundant, but just taking care of your clients is the only thing that will set you apart. And it's a slow burner. It's going to suck your first, however long, but if you take care of your clients, word travels. I mean, word marketing, everything travels. Imagine word to mouth on steroids with Meta now. So word really travels with social media. So
That's amazing.
just do a good job, take pride in your work, warranty it. If you really want to get into this industry, warranty your work. That's enough to, earn anyone's respect.
Yeah, that's so true. You're literally standing behind your work. So and then last question for you. Are there any additional nuggets or wisdom, or like some type of insight that you'd like to share?
With the client or
Either
with
or, just any type of wisdom you'd like to share, that's something you've learned throughout this process that you haven't touched on so far.
be comfortable with being uncomfortable. I'm not sure who said it, but the most undertrained human emotion is embarrassment. So we're scared to be embarrassed. So just train your embarrassment, strive for new things. If you're uncomfortable with something, just try it. That's my best advice. I mean, that's truly, from the heart that I truly mean it. Like there's no need for us to be embarrassed. We're just, we're all our same end goal at the end of the day. And, as long as you're putting faith first, you putting God first, everything else will fall into place.
Man, that's awesome. I really appreciate your time, Kareem. It's been honestly a pleasure working with you and helping you to grow your company. I'm really excited for what the future holds, but it is just a testament to you, your hard work, and just a trust in us to help you do that. It really means a lot to us. So thanks so much for joining us. And everyone watching, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Brush Hour, and we'll see you in the next one.